Hey everybody! Wednesday morning, it's always a rough time, but I thought I'd switch it up a little bit on coffee day for Wednesday. Rather than doing a episode on a coffee, I'd kind of like to go back and show you our coffee setup and the different pots we use and how things are done. Some of you may remember in the early days when it was coffee time with Bree, we actually sat right in front of our coffee bar, but this is our coffee bar that my wife and I had built. It's kind of like a lattice shelving unit with an old mail cabinet from Lincoln County Courthouse in Arizona, or in New Mexico. No, actually, wrong Lincoln County. Lincoln County in Nevada. An old courthouse from the 1800s that my grandparents had, and so we repurposed it for a coffee container. So all the mail slots are where coffee cups go, or teas, or whatever. And there's some drawers for coffee. But as you can see over here, this is all of our, or a lot of our coffee. We keep coffee, the beans and the grinds in airtight containers. They're all labeled so we know what we want, and it goes almost to the floor here. So that's allowing us to have a wide selection of coffee. Lots of espressos and Turkish coffees, and then whole bean coffees. We do have some canned coffee at the bottom, canned espressos, and some normal coffee like I just recently did Folgers Maxwell House kind of competition. So both of those are down there. And then there are some bagged coffee for some of the Vietnamese, Chinese, Thai coffee, the 3-in-1s. They come in big bags. They're all separate into individual packages. Kind of like over here, we have some English 3-in-1. This is Luark's white coffee. So they all come in this kind of bag, but when you buy them in the store, they're usually in a bag of like 30 or so. So our coffee setup is, I have the Keurig. It's a dual purpose. It's got the coffee pot for drip. We also have another drip. I think it's a Mr. Coffee drip, but we don't use it as much. We have this. Plus we have the Keurig K-Cup. So when we want just one quick cup of coffee as we're headed out the door or something like that, we have that available. We have our Mr. Coffee grinder, and you can set that for a certain grind and a certain amount, and we've zeroed it in to be a perfect grind specifically for the drip pot, but a perfect grind and a perfect amount. And currently it's full of beans of Screech rum flavored coffee. That's a Newfoundland or Eastern Canadian staple of coffee. It's a rum flavored coffee. It's pretty good, but we've had it for a while and I just decided to throw it in there so we can use it up. I have my milk frother for espresso. The different pots that we use, this is our Turkish pot, stovetop Turkish pot. I also have this press pot. I actually have two press pots, one copper, one stainless steel silver. I'm gonna reach off camera here because I forgot to get this. We also have our mocha pot, which we use quite a bit. Probably use this pot more than we use anything else other than the drip maker. We do a lot of espresso coffee. In fact, I have one of these at work. It's electric that I use every day for afternoon espresso. We also have our teapot. We do lots of tea. Probably more tea than coffee in many cases. And that's just because my wife and I love tea. We just don't do episodes on it. If you want, let us know and we will definitely do some episodes. Got some like Alaskan teas here, lots of world teas, Alaskan teas, a lot of the loose leaf teas. I got a bunch of loose leaf infusers, different styles. It's kind of a hobby to pick up different kinds instead of just the tea balls. Turkish coffee. I got a coffee right here, if you can see, a coffee tabletop burner where you put a little kind of kerosene heater or white gas heater underneath. And then it's got some wine. Has nothing to do with coffee. But we do have our liquors up here that we like to add to coffee sometimes, like, you know, Irish creams or rums or bourbon creams. Have just as many in the bar. You guys have all seen the bar, but we keep a selection out here. And then we have an assortment of random coffee stuff going on here. But that's our coffee setup. We are definitely a coffee family just as much as a whiskey family and a tea family. So if you want to know more about teas and different kinds, I'd be happy to start throwing some episodes in there, but I need you guys to leave some comments below because I don't want to start doing those. I'm not as well versed with teas as I am with coffees, and I'm not even as well versed with coffees as I am with whiskey. And I'm by no means an expert on whiskey. That's just my levels of knowledge. But I do have lots of teas from Europe and the Americas and Asia areas like Japan and China and Thailand. Lots of English teas and Indian teas. So if you wanted us to do tea episodes as we are narrowing down our coffees, let us know. Now, all of these coffees we've done episodes on. I have a box over here that's off camera. It's in the bookcase that's hiding my bar, the Speakeasy bookcase. You guys seen that possibly. There's a box there that is all the teas pending, or all the coffees pending, so we don't really touch it until I'm done. And then hopefully we can transfer it to an airtight container or something like that. But that is the Bourbon and Booze coffee. I look fat without a bar here. And I've actually lost tons of weight, so thank you very much. But that's our Bourbon and Booze coffee bar. This is mostly my wife's domain. She's the one that she said if I get a whiskey bar, she gets a coffee bar, and we both enable each other. She's a huge whiskey fan, vodka fan, and I'm a huge coffee fan as well. So it works out for us. So yeah, if you want to know anything else, just go ahead and leave a comment. I'll be happy to let you know. Make sure you leave a comment about any coffees that you want us to do, and especially about those teas. And hopefully this gives you a little bit of idea of the setup we have. I did switch all of the episodes into the bar because of lighting issues. Right now I have an overhead light, and so in editing I'm gonna have to do some things so I'm not so white. And sound wise, I don't have a mic set up, but over in the bar everything's set up with a bigger camera. Right now I'm using my cell phone, but I have a much bigger camera, studio camera, like a really big studio camera, lighting, the whole thing's set up. So that's why we do the coffee episodes in the bar and no longer here. Hopefully you have a great Wednesday. I am going to be headed on spring break in a couple days and have 4 distilleries I'm going to be hitting. They're all going to be Texas distilleries, and we've done episodes on all 4, but we're going to try to pick up some more stuff. And I actually have a tour with one of them. So look forward to that. Hopefully if you guys are on spring break this week or next week, if you're in America, we do a spring break thing. You're having a great time. Otherwise, if you're not on spring break, take it easy. It's Wednesday, you're halfway through, and hopefully you have a great weekend, good weather, and you can relax. Make sure you watch all of our other videos Monday through Friday. Also check out Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok, as well as merchandise. So yeah, have a great one. Cheers. Bye.